Okay. So this morning's working Zoom is going to be a little bit different because we just came back, all of you guys who are on here, but this is also being recorded because I had a few people asked to record it. So hi, Cindy. Like Cindy, for example, was not there this weekend in Orlando. So this is going to be new for a lot of you guys, but I have been really diving in to what Lindsay Coggins has been doing. She's another 200K. She's about to hit Lavelle Millionaire, and she is way younger than me. I want to say like she's in her late 20s. I am 43. And one of the best things you can do as a leader is to always learn and grow. I don't know it all. And I can tell you guys that all the time. It's why a weekend like Orlando, what we just came back from, was so important. And I've learned a lot from Lindsay over the last month of preparing and getting ready for this Orlando event about how she does her social media and her IPAs, her income producing activities. So we're going to be working on that today. We're going to do about 30 minutes on Instagram, 30 minutes on Facebook. And, but I also wanted to start off this morning with a little bit of actionable step. So what I want you guys to do right now is I want you to go to your cloud office and I want you to log in. I'm doing this along with you. Okay. Actually, I'll hit share screen. I'll be nice and I'll share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see it? Kelly Boyson, can you see my screen? Awesome. Okay. So if you go over here to the left-hand side and you go to the little fifth thing down, it says my team. And then I want you to go all the way down to my customers. Okay. And then I want you to go up here at the top and click last ordered. Okay. Or you could click active auto ship. Okay. But I'm going to do last order. And the reason I'm going to do last order is because I want to send Thanksgiving cards to every single person who has ordered with me, whether it's an auto ship customer or just an order in the last 2 months. Okay. So this is where you find them. Now, when you click on their information, we don't have their address. Okay. So what I do is I reach out to them either by email or their phone number. And then I get their address from them. And then I save that in my Trello board. Now, if you hear me say Trello board and that sounds stressful for you, don't freak out about that. Just get a spiral notebook. I mean, I used to just use a spiral notebook. I changed to Trello about 2 years ago because it's an app and it can go with me everywhere I go. And that spiral notebook was starting to become a little too big and frustrating, but you do you, like whatever works for you makes it easier for you. So maybe it's a spiral notebook right now. Some people even use recipe cards, guys, like in those little, like, you know, you use an index card and you put them in those little boxes to keep themselves organized. So they have their customers' names. They'll even section it off by these are the people that order on the 5th, the 15th, the 20th, or the 25th, whatever works for you. But I want you to get the address of every single one of your customers that has ordered with you in the last 2 months. And then I want you to go get Thanksgiving cards. Okay. So like mine just came in the mail this weekend. I got mine on Amazon. They were $6. Okay. You get whatever you have. Maybe you already have some note cards at home and they're not Thanksgiving, but you could write Happy Thanksgiving on them. Okay. Whatever it is, whatever works for you, that works. Hi, Macy. So good to see your face. So anyway, so just use, you know, whatever it is that you want to use. But what I'm asking them to do, Macy, is go into your customers in your cloud office, click last order, and you should be able to see them, get everybody's address and send out those Thanksgiving cards. Where on your calendar is this going to be this week? Because for me, it's on my calendar for today to get done. Why? Because I want to make sure they're all in the mail by Wednesday so they get to them before next week, which is Thanksgiving. I can't believe it's next week. I'm so far behind. I usually do this like 3 weeks before. Embarrassingly, it is what it is. Okay. So make sure that you guys are doing that. That's the first thing I want to share with you guys today. Okay. And then I want you guys to go to the chat feature here in this working Zoom. If you don't know where the chat feature is, it's down at the bottom. It looks like a little bubble. Like remember when we used to have Sunday comics and you have that little bubble? That's what it looks like. So click that. I want you to go into the chat and I want you to tell me what is your goal for this month. And I want you to think about that because some of you are going to be like, oh, I don't have one. Be honest with yourself. What was your goal this month? Was it to have 4 new auto ship customers? Was it to have, oh yeah, Kelly Boyson just asked a question. Are you putting anything in your Thanksgiving card? Yes. I always put something for my clients. So I just, with the BOGO, you guys, my BOGO is already here. Is y'all's? I need to do a post about that. Holy crap. Like yesterday it arrived. It actually got here before I got here from Orlando and I ordered it on Friday. So all my BOGO stuff's here. And I forgot what I ordered, but I need to go through it. I'm hoping there's heat and chill in there, which I'm sure there is. So I'm going to probably give them 1 heat, 1 chill, and then I will weigh it. I have stamps.com You might have to go to the post office and weigh it, make sure it's not more than just one stamp. And then I'll be sending those out. Okay. So what were your goals for this month? And have you been actively going for those goals? And if you're right now saying, I don't have a goal, I want you to make one right now. We are at the 15th of November, halfway through the month. Are you going to bring in 2 new auto ship customers? Are you going to bring in a new auto ship customer and a new promoter? Are you going to help a new promoter to hit VIP 800, VIP 600? So I just like literally like ate my pumpkin chili so fast right before this. So sorry, guys. Awesome. Jeremy's goal is learning the business to get started. We need to actually, Jeremy, I want you to message Ashley and tell her that we need to find a time that the 3 of us can hop on, maybe even Kelly too, because I know Kelly and I have 100 million ideas for you. I had no idea you were interested, but knowing Ashley and y'all's life and everything you guys have going on, I could think of like 100 different ideas for you. So maybe for you, it's learning how to do income producing activities this month. Maybe for you, it is helping to fix your social media so you can start meeting new people. Maybe it's getting 20 free customer accounts. But if you don't have a goal, you're not going to hit anything. And if there's anything I learned from this weekend in Orlando, it is that all of those women that were on stage and all of the men and women in the audience that I met who are successful have a plan. Every month they create a new goal. They have a year-end goal and they have monthly goals. And they know what they need to do to work to it. If their goal is to hit 4K for the very first time that month, they divide it by however many days they have in that month. And that's how much money they need to be bringing in every month. Kelly Boyce and I were listening to a training of Lindsay Coggins on the way home yesterday from Orlando. And that was one of the things she was talking about. And it just reminded me, like, have not been talking about this enough lately. These are the things that people who are successful are doing. They have goals and they're doing the action that they need to do to get the goals, but you don't even know what to do if you don't know what you're trying to achieve, right? It's like Lisa Nichols says in Abundance Now, that book, you can't hit a moving target. Well, you could, but it's much harder, right? But if I know that this month I want to bring in $4,000 in volume and hit 4K for the very first time, then I think it's something like $129 a day I need to bring in or something like that, right? Now, what actionable steps do I need to do every single day to bring in that $129, right? And working Zooms is one of them. So you should all be really proud of yourself for doing that. So let's get started. I see you guys putting those in the thread or in the chat. Great job. I love it. Now, hopefully you guys all have a calendar in front of you. If you don't, then just get yourself a little note and write a note or put it on your calendar. When are you doing those Thanksgiving cards? Are you doing them today? Are you doing them tomorrow? For some of you, you only have to send out 2. It's not going to take you very long. For some of you, you might have to send out 10 or 20. Okay. And if you only have 2 customers, but you have a couple promoters, why not send your promoters a Thanksgiving card too? Show them how much you appreciate them. Okay. All right, moving on. Let's do our income producing activities. Let's start with Instagram today. Okay. So we are going to, I use Instagram on my phone. Most of you do. You can use it on your computer, but I think it's a little harder. So today we're going to do Instagram first. And I want you to go to your Instagram and at the bottom right, and Jeremy, if you don't have Instagram, what you could be doing right now, do you have Instagram?
I do, but I'm actually using my phone for the Zoom call right this moment.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, sorry. Just maybe take some notes on what we're doing. And start thinking of a list, because you probably have people in your mind that you used to be in military with, used to be in the fire station with, you knew growing up, you know, they're the same age as you now. Like, you know what happens when we get into our 30s. I'm pretty sure you and Ashley are way younger than me, but when, you know, like everything starts to get uncomfortable and you get aches and discomforts and start to gain weight and like, you know, your life gets a little stagnant. I feel like 30s were a lot harder than the 40s because I figured out what I wanted in my 40s, but
I'd love 30s again.
Yeah. Oh, you're in your 40s?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeremy, you're looking good. I wouldn't have guessed. All right. So let's make sure. So you just be like thinking of names. Okay. That'll help you later when we meet again. So for you guys on Instagram, look at your phone and go down to the bottom right where you see your own little like image, right? Your own little profile. Click on that. And then you'll see your post, followers, and following. I want you to click on the following. Okay. And when you click that, then it says least interacted with or most shown in feed. I want you to click on least interacted with. Okay. Now, From here, what I want you to do is I want you to look at the least interacted with, and I want you to find, let's go through these and we're going to do one at a time. And we're going to literally set a timer for the next 20 minutes to just be focused on income producing activities on Instagram. So what I'm going to do is I see the first person. I actually have no idea who this girl is. So I'm going to click on her. I'm going to look at her news feed. Oh, she's already a thriver. Okay. Is this somebody I need to be following? It might not be. Actually, she's not on my team. So I'm going to unfollow because I don't really love her social media. Sometimes I follow other thrivers because I love their social media and I get great ideas from it. Okay. You always want to have more people following you than you have following others. So you want to have more followers than you following. So sometimes I have to delete some of the people I'm following. Okay. So now I go to the next person. This person I do want to follow. And I'm looking at her stuff. She's not with Lavelle. She has kids that dance. And she really doesn't even have anything about her in her profile. She must not know how to do that yet. So I'm going to figure out how I know her. I'm going to go to message, see if we've ever messaged before. And then I'm going to do my 3, 2, 1 on her. I'm going to find 3 of her posts that I'm going to heart or like or whatever. Then I'm going to find 2 posts that I can interact with. That means I'm going to ask an open-ended question in the comments. I'm not just going to say, oh my gosh, congratulations to your daughter. I'm going to ask, what was this competition? And how long of a day was it? Okay, I'm going to ask some questions so she interacts back. So I'm finding 2 posts to interact with. And then the 1 stands for 1 going into her stories. Now, this girl doesn't have anything going on in her stories right now. Okay, so instead, I'm going to send her a private message and maybe interact about something to do with her post. I might say, hey, not sure if you saw my comment, but I'm super curious. What kind of dance competition does your daughter do? She looks like she loves it. And by the way, she is totally your mini me, right? So I'm just like getting to know her 3, 2, 1. That's what we're going to be doing for the next 20 minutes. Okay. Now we're not going to worry about them messaging us back. We are doing the do. We're not worrying about if they message us back or not. So we're not interacting back and forth. We're doing 3, 2, 1. So I just finished my 3, 2, 1 with this girl. I'm going back to least interacted and I'm going to the next one. The next one's an apparel company. I don't need to be following. So I'm going to unfollow them. Okay. So just keep going. Timer is set. We're going to do this for the next 18 minutes. If anybody has any questions while you're doing this, feel free to ask, but I'm going to be working my business as well. Jeremy, tell me in the chat, do you know how to use the chat feature? If not, you can just unmute.
A little bit. I'm still learning that.
Okay. So of your list that you're creating, I want you to also write on that piece of paper 5 things that you've noticed since you've been on Thrive, or 5 things, like maybe you can only think of 3 for yourself. If you can't think of 5 for yourself, then think of as many as you can, and then write some of the things you've seen in your wife since you guys have started Thrive. Okay. And then start reaching out to some of those people, either by Facebook Messenger, like go check out their Facebook. Let's say you have a guy named Fred that you used to work with at the fire station. Go find Fred on Facebook, see if he's on there. If he's not, just send him a message, a text message. You'd be like, Fred, this is going to sound weird, but I got to tell you, I've been on this product for a couple months now. I can't believe how great I feel. And I decided that it is idiotic to keep this a secret. I have to tell this to other people. I was dragging before. I was needing to take a nap. I was irritable with my kids. Now I'm feeling better. Oh, he's gone. Okay. He'll come back in a second, I'm sure. All right. You guys good? If you need any help, just ask me. I'm going to be working too. So you might have to unmute and yell at me because I'm not going to look at the chat. Oh, hey, Jeremy. So I was just saying, just start reaching out to people. Like if you're friends with them on Facebook, go interact on their Facebook feed and just get like engaging with them again. If they're not on Facebook, because like I know my husband's friends are not on Facebook, like only a few of them, or if they are, they never look at it. So he just sends them text messages. He'll be like, hey, listen, Mike, the other day you were asking, how I have so much energy. I got to tell you about this product I'm taking. Or, hey, we haven't talked in a while, but I started taking this product that's making me feel amazing. And I thought I better reach out to my old buddies because we're all the same age. We all have the same issues. I used to have aches and discomforts, headaches, wasn't sleeping great. Now I'm feeling amazing. Do you want to know what it is? Okay.
Blair, I have a question. I'm trying to unfollow somebody on Instagram,
Yeah.
and I've just unfollowed like 3 other people, but I cannot on this particular person. Have you ever come across that?
No.
It's like she has a massively developed like page. I mean, I don't know if it's something that they can not allow to happen. Just really
No, I
weird.
have no idea. Sorry. Kelly Boyson, did you know that Heather Bling has a Instagram called Thrive and Fun Fit Chick? I don't know
Yes,
why she would have a
did,
separate Instagram for that.
because she tried doing this business once upon a time way back
Okay,
then.
I'm gonna unfollow her then.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So I'm down to my 6th person already with Least Interacted. And then here's a little tip also, guys. What I'm doing is, oh, Jeremy, you don't even have to apologize. This is, working Zoom, so it doesn't matter. What I'm doing is screenshotting so I'm going through these people, right? And I want to know who I'm doing my 3, 2, 1 to, so I can go back to tomorrow and check in. So I'm just taking screenshots. Maybe you're writing it down. Maybe you're putting it in your Trello. I'm just taking screenshots to make it easy for myself. Hi, Ashley. So we're doing right now Instagram. We're doing our least interacted with. We've got about 9 minutes left and we're doing 3, 2, 1. Oh, hi, Kristen. I didn't see you were on here. That's awesome.
Hi,
How are ya?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good. Guys, remember, if you have any questions, just unmute yourself and ask me because I'm doing my Instagram at the same time. So I'm not looking at the chat feature. All right, awesome. We've got 9 seconds. So we're about to end this part of our working Zoom. All right, so next we're going to go to Facebook, and we're going to do the next, oops, hold on. My screen just got all wonky. We're going to be doing that on Facebook. I just lost my, so weird. I can't find you guys. Oh, there you guys are. So weird. Okay, let me hit share screen. Let me go to Facebook. Where's my Facebook? Okay, great. So for our next part on Facebook, I personally love birthday messages. To me, it's always been a spot where I can not only get rid of people who I don't need to be friends with anymore, but it also allows me to interact and know who I need to start interacting with again. So we're going to start with that first. For the first 8 minutes, we're going to work on birthday messages. And then after that, I have something I'm going to show you guys that I just learned this weekend. You might already know, but it'll be a great way for us to work for a 20-minute block on Facebook. So we're going to do 8 minutes birthday messages. And when I do birthday messages, I go through, I see who I already know. If it's a close family member or a close friend, I post on their wall, I go to private message, I say happy birthday and ask some kind of question. If it's somebody I'm not sure how I know, this is a great time to figure out if I should keep them, because I'm at 5,000 friends, which is your max for Facebook. If you're not there yet, then you can continue to grow that, but there's really no reason to stay friends with somebody who you don't need to be friends with. They're not the right person for you. So just look and see if you guys have ever messaged before. It's also okay to say, hey, happy birthday. I'm trying to figure out how we know each other. That they almost always respond back to that, right? But also, I love how Kelly Hoover says that she also on birthday messages, she looks at their wall and does 3, 2, 1 there too. She finds 3 posts that she can like, 2 that she can comment and engage on, and then sends 1 message for their birthday after posting on their wall, and maybe talking about something they saw on their wall, like, wow, I didn't realize your kids were already this grown up. How old are they now? Things like that. That's going to get them to interact, besides just what are you doing for your birthday? Okay, little self-evaluation check-in. How many of you have gotten off of what you're supposed to be working on right now? Take a little self-evaluation check-in. How many of you have checked a text message or checked a message back from somebody? Remember, right now we're working on income producing activities. We are sending out birthday messages. Before we were doing Instagram 321, and next we're going to be doing Facebook 321. So just stay focused on what you're supposed to be doing. That was also a PSA reminder for myself, okay? Not just you guys. Sorry, I'm muted. We are done with birthday messages, guys. So now we're going to move on to doing 321 on our Facebook. Okay. So we've got 20 minutes left. So I'm going to break it up. Okay. I know that when Lindsay and everybody else is teaching, they're just going through their news feed and they are doing 321 on people that they feel like would be right for them. For me, I'm going to do right now with you guys, because this is my only time this morning to work on income producing activities. I'm going to allot 30 minutes to go back later today and check in on the messages. But I have a lot of stuff going on today. So right now I'm going to do 10 minutes with you guys on Facebook groups. Just pick one Facebook group, and then we'll do the last 10 minutes just on our news feed. Okay. Maybe with your top 10 or potential customers or current customers, etc. So right now we're going to spend 10 minutes, pick one Facebook group. Hopefully you've already found 2 Facebook groups that are right for you. Okay. I know sometimes people struggle with this. So if you're struggling and you're on the struggle bus right now with finding the right Facebook group for you, feel free to unmute yourself and use this as a time that we can talk about it. Otherwise, I am going to keep working if I don't hear from anybody. So I'm spending, let me review what I'm doing. So I'm spending 10 minutes inside of a Facebook group. I'm going into a veganish group that I'm really enjoying right now. You want to be actively engaged on whatever Facebook groups you chose. I always say pick 2 per quarter, one about something you're interested in, one somewhere where you know your ideal client would be. So right now I'm going into that group. I'm spending 10 minutes doing 321. So I'm finding at least 3 posts to engage on with liking, 2 to engage on with commenting and asking questions and commenting on other people's comments. And then I'm going to find 1 person in that group that I can send a private message to, go over to their news feed and do 321 to their newsfeed. Find 3 posts to like, 2 to engage with open-ended questions, and 1 story to interact with or send them a private message. I will also be sending them a private message to say, hey, Suzanne, I just saw your post inside of the veganish group. I love what you said about how to make that recipe. Have you made it for your family, and will they eat it? Something like that. So they know why I sent them the friend request. All right. All right, that's our timer. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm just in the middle of messaging this girl, so I don't want to forget what I'm saying. Okay, awesome. So next we're going to spend the last 10 minutes doing 3, 2, 1 on your Facebook. Okay. So it could be maybe your top 10, your top 20. It could be your customers, your potential customers, your samplers, or people that you've just been trying to connect with. Okay. I have a list of people who over the last couple weeks I've been trying to connect with inside of some of my Facebook groups. So that's my top 10 list today, and a couple people who are sampling. So those are the people who I'm going to be interacting with. So 3, 2, 1, we find 3 on their newsfeed, 3 posts that you're going to like, 2 that you're going to engage in. And instead of liking, you could do like one of those little faces down at the bottom. And then 2 that I'm going to interact with and comment, ask a question so that we get going back and forth, right? And then 1 stands for going to their stories. If they don't have anything in their stories, then maybe you send them a private message about something you saw on their Facebook that day. Okay. Any questions, feel free to unmute. Timer is set. I have to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Don't miss me. So we're down to the last 8 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute and ask, or ask in the chat. Where's the little chat? Oh, I was going to show you guys something new today. I'll write on my list for my next working Zoom. There's chat. Okay, guys, it's 1:02. The timer's going to go off any second. You see, we got 32 seconds. Yep. So we're almost done. So I just want to remind you, for those of you that hopped on later, we are all committing to get our Thanksgiving cards done by Wednesday. So whether you have 1 customer, 10 customers, 12 customers, you want to send them out a Thanksgiving card. If you can afford to throw 1 little chill packet or 1 special DFT or a heat packet, something in there as a Thanksgiving thank you to them. Don't forget to write inside of the cards, thank you so much for supporting my small business. That reminds them that you are a small business owner, okay? And you could always say in there, and if you know anybody else who wants to feel as great as you are, I have some samples I'd be willing to give them. So send me a message, right? You can always put that in there as well. And if you guys have any questions on that, let me know, but get organized. Ask your customers for their addresses and either keep them in a notebook, keep them in an index card file, keep them in Trello, whatever it is, but get those addresses and get those cards out. All right, guys, have a great day. Make it a great day for others. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.